Hello, everyone, once again. This is Rob. Welcome back to Media Awareness. Before I continue, a reminder the fundraiser continues. For those of you new to my channel or unaware, I am a disabled individual and I use a motorized wheelchair/scooter all day, every day for my independence, and I need your help. My insurance will not cover anything with regard to my scooter as they view it as a quote luxury item end quote. Despite the fact that I am unable to walk whatsoever, in addition to being unable to use any other type of scooter or power chair, or even a standard wheelchair for that matter, as I only have limited dexterity in one hand. In addition to that, I do not have a backup scooter or wheelchair to rely on at the current time. So if my scooter should malfunction, as it has in the past, I will yet again be a fish out of the water, a scenario I want to avoid at all costs. With that stated, below the title of this video in the description below, as well as in a separate section below the information pertaining to this video, you will find a spot fund link. It is a fundraiser. It's easy to contribute. It takes a few seconds, and any and all help is welcome. I cannot stress that enough. Even $5 or $10 can make all the difference in the world, and you can even contribute anonymously. The purpose of the fundraiser is to both assist me with the ongoing refurbishing of my existing scooter, as well as to help me save for the purchase of a new scooter. I arrived at these conclusions following a malfunction that disabled the battery charging mechanism and it needed replacement. And for roughly 2 weeks, I needed to be pushed around my own home by family and friends, which severely limited my independence. However, it was that long overdue wake up call that I need a backup plan, and the backup plan is to have a brand new scooter to use moment to moment, day to day, every day, and my existing scooter completely refurbished, waiting in the wings to be used at a moment's notice if necessary, when necessary. Additionally, my wheelchair van is inoperative whatsoever. It has been deemed as unrepairable, and therefore I'm saving for a new wheelchair van as well. So any and all help is welcome. And I do want to extend a gracious thanks to those who have contributed thus far, in addition to those who plan on contributing, as your contributions have and will make a world of difference in my life. Thank you all. I love you all. If you're not yet subscribed to Media Awareness, my channel, please consider subscribing and becoming part of the Media Awareness family. I'd love to have you. Additionally, if you do subscribe, please be sure to click the bell icon. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, much like this one. So this is the first reaction to The Cure performing Boys Don't Cry live from 2024. So this is a fairly recent performance. With that stated, Boys Don't Cry, for those of you unaware, was one of The Cure's first real big breakout hits. Depending on where you reside. It really didn't make a dent here in the United States, except for on college radio, where it was really a staple. And other than that, however, it was one of the few standout tracks on the Cure's debut album, and the album itself is good, but they really started to go into a lot more experimental territory with subsequent releases, and venture into some darker areas and some lighter areas as well. That was something the Cure was always good at, was sort of doing the both the darker sounding songs and the lighter sounding songs with very little in between. And Boys Don't Cry is one of those upbeat tracks. Um, And like I said, depending on where you live, it was either a hit or an unknown track. Now there was also a CD released back in the 80s called Boys Don't Cry, which is not to be mistaken with band's debut album. It was a compilation, I think, of um, material from the first few albums, just sort of sandwiched onto this album for the record company's sake in terms of um, selling more of The Cure at that point in time and sort of capitalizing on the success of Boys Don't Cry. So, with all that said, um, and like I said, this was sort of a regional hit for them, depending on where you lived. It depended whether or not Boys Don't Cry was a successful track or an unknown track. So let me know in the comments the first time you've heard this song. I'd love to know when the first time you heard this song is. For me personally, first time I heard Boys Don't Cry was God, I would say the early 1990s. I was in college and I was diving heavily into the Cure's catalog at that point and the back catalog specifically. Um, I love the albums Pornography, Faith, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Disintegration, Wish, and so on. But this sort of was a very early taste of what was to come, and it was sort of the sound that they would end up uh, building off of in future releases. So without further ado, let us experience for the first time for me in this particular case with this particular performance for The Cure, Boys Don't Cry, live from 2024. I have seen and heard other live performances of this, but I have not experienced this, so I'm excited. And it will be linked below in the description. I always link everything that I react to there because the musicians and bands who create this music for us, the fans, do so with the utmost creativity and integrity, and they deserve all the credit in the world for their hard work. So always click on those links. In this case, the link is the Cure's official YouTube page. So be sure to click on that and give the Cure the clicks and the love they deserve for the art that they've created consistently over the years. Boys Don't Cry Live 2024. I'll be back following this with my assessment.
To laugh about it, cover it all with love. To laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes. 'Cause boys don't cry. Boys don't cry.
So there you have The Cure, Boys Don't Cry, live from 2024. And of course, that was also there at the end. You saw, I believe it was the Top of the Pops performance from 1980. Um, like I said, overseas, this song really catapulted The Cure into the stratosphere and made them more of a household name. And it was a regional success in that regard. They really took a while to break through here statewide. Unfortunately, because they were a great band and still are a great band. So let's talk about this performance from 2024 that was just released a few days ago on The Cure's YouTube page. Really solid performance. And, you know, there was something I can always say about The Cure. They were always a really tight band, and this is no exception. The song itself is not a hard song to play, but it's a song that you really have to kind of have the groove and catch the groove and stay with that throughout. And they did a great job of doing that. Robert Smith, of course, as youthfully eternal vocally speaking as he will ever be. He still sounds as he did in the 80s, as far as I'm concerned. I think he actually sounds better, in my humble opinion. As an older gentleman now myself, I can say that, I guess. Um, but uh, it was a solid performance, and the band is really top notch. They're really um, in the pocket. The audience was loving it, as you can see, and it was just one of those crowd favorites and one of those kind of songs that um, it's unfortunately it's a song people know, and it could have been a one-hit wonder situation for them. Thankfully, it was not. Um, Even on the underground college radio scene, they were able to branch out into other areas following the initial release of Boys Don't Cry, the song, and explore a lot of different spectrums of music from light to dark, as I stated previously. So there you have it. I really enjoyed that, and I always enjoy The Cure. They're a band that I feature here on my channel pretty prominently, I'd say, and I'm happy to do so because I really always love The Cure's music. Um, my CD collection of The Cure uh, is no longer with me. However, I will eventually reacquire all those great albums, and of course the newest album I did a review of when it was released in 2024, and it was on the countdown for that year for the New Year's Eve countdown for 2024. Um, so if you haven't checked out the new album, definitely do yourself a favor and do so, or newest album, I should say. Um, but with all that stated, this is Rob with Media Awareness, and I will see you all again soon. Have a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.